To get it out of the way, there is absolutely no need to play Splatoon 1 to pick up and enjoy this game. You can jump in right away and start having fun, and fun is something that is plastered all over the place. The game is one giant ooze factory in style in regards to the aesthetic of the characters, level design, weapons, attire, and music. You also upgrade your character through the use of style and items as well. Shoes, shirts, and headwear all contribute to stat boosts and buffs, so on top of looking cool, you need to make sure your attire attributes help you as well. See, each item, depending on the cost, has 1 to 4 unlockable attribute upgrades that you level up randomly by using it in-game. This system can be as complicated or as simple as you like, allowing you to scrub off certain attributes to save towards a perk you choose yourself. Personally, I found it too much to deal with given how often I play. It's good to know that if you really get into this game, there are optional areas to dedicate time to, or if you're a casual player like me, things you can generally ignore but still have a good time. Gameplay-wise, there are 3 primary modes, a single-player mode, multiplayer, and horde mode called Salmon Rush. The single-player campaign of sorts is a clever and fun romp through different levels, putting different weapons in your hands while you tackle an array of scenarios and enemies. The levels themselves are pretty straightforward, but their design is top-notch. Throw in some optional collectibles that gives you good reason to play through more than once if you want to extend the solo outings. The campaign is compelling enough and can be completed in around 6 or 7 hours. Personally, I found it a nice deviation when I was playing on the go and couldn't connect to Wi-Fi for multiplayer. It's also a good training ground to get you up to snuff for the online matches. The multiplayer matches are the bread and butter of Splatoon 2, and with good cause. The goal is to try and cover as much of the surface of the arena with your team's color of paint. In doing so, you allow for faster travel, as your character swims through your team's paint very quickly, while you get bogged down sand trap style in the enemies. The more you spread or replace enemy color with your own, you fill a gauge to unleash a special attack. These range from missiles that target enemies from afar, storm clouds that rain paint down, to a jetpack that allows you to hurl paint blobs from people from above while spraying the ground underneath you. Die, and your special gauge needs to be refilled from the start again. You also have to manage your paint levels, as the more you fire, the less you have in the tank. Refilling is as easy as swimming in your own color for a bit, but in a match where every second counts, this could prove a waste of time. On top of all this, you can also be splattered by opponents, forcing you to respawn at the starting location of the arena. You can fast travel to a teammate by launching through a pop-up map, but you need to be careful as there is a landing icon seen by enemies, which usually leads to a quick death. If you're beginning to think this is too much to figure out, well, you're not wrong. The mechanics do sound complex on paper, but I promise after a match or two, you just get it. It clicks, and that's a testament to clearly designed game mechanics. Each match is capped at 3 minutes in length, which is just short enough to squeeze in a few rounds, but long enough where the entire tide of a match can change drastically within the last 30 seconds. I've gone from sure victory to, how the heck did we give that up, more often than I care for. I feel like that's good though, as it makes every second of the match more meaningful. Even the post-match animation of deciding a winner can be intense, as it totals the amount of surface area covered by each team as a percentage. While some are clearly obvious, the occasional match where you win or lose by 0.1% are both exhilarating and heartbreaking. There are a few shortcomings, however, worth mentioning. Every time you play the game, it does have an introduction highlighting the multiplayer boards as they rotate selection every hour or two, new weapons available, whether or not Salmon Rush is open, and if there is an updated patch to the game. While it does slow down the jump in and play right away nature of the Switch, it's not really a deal breaker for me. Playing with friends online is also a chore, as it's tough to find matchmaking, and there is no way to ensure you will be on the same team. Personally, I like this as it meant sometimes we'd be on the same team together and other times we'd be enemies. The level 30 recommendation here is tough, as you really need to analyze how gaming fits into your schedule and if you're going to like what Splatoon 2 has to offer. If you're on the fence, here's some quick rhetoricals. Is it great for online sessions? Absolutely. Is the single player alone worth it? Probably not. Are there deep mechanics if I really get into this game? Yes. Do those deep mechanics reward players who put in more time? I'd say slightly so, but it's not a deal breaker if you don't. I think the hard part is determining value based on your taste and time dedicated to gaming. If you are looking for a fun shooter for single and multiplayer, then heck yeah. Multiplayer is tough on the go with its reliance on Wi-Fi, so weigh how often you get to squeeze in game time at home or in a solid and safe network. If you're looking for a meaty adventure, this isn't it. You can probably tell from what I've said so far if you'll enjoy the game or not. And honestly, go with your gut. My review for this took a long time as I realized there are a lot of gameplay mechanics that are worth mentioning, and if it sounds overwhelming or something that you just won't have the time to get into, I understand entirely. So be okay with that decision and know that you're only missing out on one game. Remember, the goal with this site and channel are to help you find games that are best for your lifestyle. If this isn't it, that's okay. There are plenty of other options out there for you. Take all reviews, even this one, with a grain of salt and judge it with how it fits into your lifestyle. It's a 50-50 go with your gut call, but be honest with yourself if this game is for you and know that you've made the right decision. I love it, but I know it's not for everyone. Well, that's my longer take than I would have liked on Splatoon 2, but I hope it helped you make a decision on whether or not this game is right for you. If it is, I'll see you out there, and if it's not, we'll see you in the next level.